Hello and welcome back to the Nasty Metal Production channel here at YouTube, and welcome to another Friday review. Today I am here to review Skin Deep Volume 3, released on October 30th. It is the newest split release from Soulgrinder Zine. So without further ado, let me get into my overall thoughts on Skin Deep Volume 3. Okay, before I get into my thoughts, you know what I have to do. I have to do a track listing rundown so I can tell you folks what are the songs are on this album, split album, how many tracks are on this album, and what is the time length for this album. Since this split release contains 15 tracks with 3 songs each from 5 different bands, it all clocks in at the length of 44 minutes and 6 seconds. So these 15 tracks are, since the first 3 tracks are, begins with the band Naitaka from Canada, and the 3 songs that are provided from this band are Slaughterhead, Conquer with Vengeance, and Fightmare. Then next up for the next 3 tracks, which would be 4, 5 through 6, are from a band called Narcolepsia, again from Argentina. These 3 songs are Panico, Disintegration, or something like that. Well, I probably butchered all of that, and I'm probably going to butcher this last track's name anyway, so you'll probably see anyways what the title is, since I already have the track listing up on your screen. So you can at least read through them while I'm kind of reading through it, but you'll see what the track is, and so I'm not going to attempt to pronounce it, but you'll see what it is, okay? Alright, so next up for the next 3 tracks, again, which will be 7, 8, and 9, are from a band called Jenner, based out of Serbia. So these songs are Night Without Dawn, Silent Killer, and then Test of Time. So there it is. And then next up for the next, 3 tracks, which will be 10, 11, and 12, are from a band called Strugen, which is another band that are based out of Argentina. These tracks are Descent into Oblivion, Funeral, and then Indifferent to Us. So finally, on to the next and pretty much final band for this release. Again, for their 3 tracks, which would be 13, 14, and 15, are from a band called Apophenia, and they are also from Argentina. Pretty much for the most part, most of the bands on this volume for Skin Deep Volume 3 are pretty much based out of Argentina. So these 3 tracks from Apophenia are Possessed by Evil, which is not a cover of any other track. I think it's not a Ambush, I know, has a song called Possessed by Evil, and then of course there's the German thrash metal band Necronomicon that also has a song called Possessed by Evil, and I think it was off their debut album. Then of course we get into Prophecy of Death, and then finally ending with Worm Infested. So there you go, folks. There's your 15 tracks with 5 bands with 3 songs each. So, for the most part, the Skin Deep series from Soulgrinder here mainly focuses on female-led and or all-female-based bands, mostly of the extreme metal genre, which has been the basis for the Skin Deep series to begin with. And I had reviewed one of the previous Skin Deep releases, volumes or so, on this channel, I think a year or 2 ago. But it's been a while, so again, this is the most brand new one. So let's definitely just get right into the very first band. So that would be Naitaka, which are based out of Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada. I think I freaking butchered that too. Kelowna, something like that. I know, I'm a fucking dumbass. Again, they are a female-fronted thrash metal band. And the 3 tracks here are taken from their self-titled EP from 2021. Just straight up blistering thrash that kind of is in the vein of stuff like Testament, Rest in Peace era Megadeth, Havoc, and Warbringer, at least for an example of a more modern thrash metal band that this band kind of reminds me of. Vocalist Kara McCutcheon has a nice range. She can be tough sounding, but can also provide clean, soaring melodies for the melodic, technical parts of some of these songs. But then you get a raging thrasher like Conquer with Vengeance, and she just lets loose. Hopefully this is all a teaser for some more things to come, maybe a full album. We'll indeed support Naitaka. I will definitely support these guys. If they continue on and release more full stuff or any more releases, hopefully the band can hit me up with promos or anything of their releases, and I will review them on this channel. I definitely want to hear the evolution of Naitaka. What a freaking solid band here. So, okay, let's move on. Next up is Narcolepsia from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Another female-led band, but this time planted in the death metal genre. These 3 tracks are all taken from the Anomalia Cerebral EP. I butchered half of that, I know I did, from 2019. This is just rigid, gritty, grimy slabs of old school death metal. If you like Napalm Death, Carcass, Master, early Death, and Massacre from Beyond album, you will dig Narcolepsia. That's all I have to say there. Check these fucking these guys out. Just badass shit. Okay, so then next up here is Jenner from Belgrade. I don't know how the hell you pronounce that. Serbia. This time, it's an all-female speed thrash metal band. For the most part, the previous 2 bands or at least has male members with at least 1 female member. Mostly it's the vocalist. But Jenner are all females here. And these 3 tracks here, with 2 of them taken off of the Test of Time EP from 2020, with of course the Silent Killer track here being taken off their debut album To Live Is to Suffer from 2017. So not everything is from one release. These are just smoking tracks, much more in the vein of Megadeth, Heathen, Flotsam Jetsam, and Overkill and Evil, whatever is the preferred way to pronounce the thrash metal band from the UK. I mean, their name. Just those are the bands that I can think of that Jenna remind me of. It's just much more refined compared to the previous bands. Just solid. We'll have to invest further into them. Again, it's more melodic at times, and it's a very more technical. It's a more, again, I don't know if you could say it's cleaner thrash. It definitely has that sort of Bay Area feel going on, but it's just has such a great classic vibe to it that if you just love like the bands I've just mentioned, like Flotsam and Jetsam, Overkill, Evil, Megadeth, and so on, you'll fucking dig Jenner. Well, just great shit from all around. So now on to Strugen from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Another female-fronted band, this time of the grindcore variety. The 3 tracks here are all taken from their 3-way split EP with Anus Magulo and Visceral Carnage. Very quick, very brutal, kind of borders into the Brujeria field of grindcore. So if that is your cup of guts, just to be cute there, then this is the right stuff for you. All right. Now, finally up next here, again, the final band on this split release for Skin Deep Volume 3 is Apophenia from San Luis, Argentina. 3 tracks here, just 2 of them taken from the 2018 demo A Cold Night's Death, with the track Worm Infested being a single in 2021. If you dig bands like Entombed, Unleashed, Carnage, and Cadaver, then you'll dig these 2 badass women. Yes, this is only 2 women that make up Apophinia, and they do a great job capturing the tone and atmosphere of those bands. I mean, what a great job, and these songs just kick ass. So that's all I'm going to say there. Check out Apophinia. So there you go, folks. There's my overall thoughts on Skin Deep Volume 3, the newest split release that focuses on mostly female or all-female led extreme metal bands from Soulgrinder Zine. You know, I don't need to give this a rating just to tell you how much I dig this release and how much I think you guys should dig this release. And hopefully you guys do dig this release. I'm going to do my best and leave links in the description box where you can find this to purchase this release and maybe listen to these bands. Hopefully there's definitely some Bandcamp pages for some of these bands. I'm gonna do my best. I hope you support Soulgrinder Zine. I hope you support all 5 of these kick-ass bands on this split release. So with that, I hope all of you enjoyed. Thank you to Paul of Soulgrinder Zine for sending this out to me. I really appreciate it. I always appreciate the stuff that you send out to me. I'm always introduced to brand new stuff because of Paul of Soulgrinder Zine or Paul of Doomsday Today Records. So it's just a freaking pleasure. So with that, I hope all of you enjoyed. This is Heavy Thrasher saying I am out, and I'll see you all later. Take care, everyone. I know I repeated myself. All right, I'm done.